Well, Trey, how are you?
I'm doing great. You're looking fabulous.
Thank you. You're going to tell that every time I get on this
Yeah,
show,
you already
girl.
know it. You already know it.
Thank
I was
you.
already geeking out about her hair, y'all. I'm loving the look. I'm loving the vibes. But this has been a long time coming. And so I really want you to be able to walk us through the beginnings. For those who may not know Sankofa Theater, this is something that you've had in your mind for a very long time. Tell us about those beginnings.
Really, it starts as childhood for everyone, right? Knowing my creativity, being wild and crazy in every program that I wanted to be in. I just wanted to be immersed in community. And I had leaders who snatched me up, and I'm who I am because of that. So being able to be just guided through the entertainment industry. My mom is a breakdancer. She's classic vocalist. So I grew up watching her do the things that I do now. And so I always believed that I could, because my mom gave me that. My mom gave me that strength, and she gave me that confidence. So shout out to my mom. I have to do that. Shout out to Antoinette. Thank you so much for everything. And my mom made me make her a promise that if your grades are good, you can do anything you want to. And so with that mindset, I did everything. I did tap dance, jazz, modern dance, West African dance, hip hop dance. By the time I was in fourth and fifth grade, I was touring during school times to go to other assemblies to perform. And again, those moments were like, you're a professional. Everyone, all my mentors are like, you're a professional, regardless of we're 8 years old. It's like,
Right.
y'all are professional. And so I've talked a lot about my Langston history and a lot of other segments with you and other folks. And so folks know me as a Langston kid, summer musical. Also, my legacy with Cutting Up. A lot of people know Cutting Up. I was like second generation vet. So Tyrone Crosby and everyone who was around gave me opportunities to perform like at Cube 93 and Summer Jam. So opening up for Bone Thugs and Harmony, opening up for Lil Wayne, opening up for just all these incredible artists, right? That you're looking up to when you're a kid and you're like, dang, I want to be you. But Seattle gave me those opportunities. And so as I started to explore, and I lived in many places, North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, LA, none of them had the essence that Seattle had. None of them. In every city I went to, people were like, where are you from? And I'm like, I'm from Seattle. They're like, there's Black people in Seattle? And like, you the only family that live in Seattle that's Black, huh? And I'm like, no, like there's lots of us, and like we're dope and we're incredible. And I'm like, Quincy Jones went to my high school, like I started naming people, and they're like, oh, maybe I should visit Seattle. And so when I decided that, hey, mainstream industry is not really my thing. I have done things. I've done commercial work. I've done music videos. I've gotten a chance to perform Coachella stage with Lizzo. So I've done my dirt. I've done my thing. But what always the hunger in me was to come back. Because when I would come back and visit family, there was one time in particular, these two young kids saw me off of the train station in Mount Baker, and they were like, "You're Titi May." And I was like, yeah. They're like, we know you. You be dancing. Are you coming back from LA? I'm like, these girls know my life. I was like, what's going on here? But it was like, and then like I heard God say, like, yeah, they're watching. And so I was like, oh, I have a bigger responsibility here. I'm thinking it's just me, you know what I'm saying? And like my insecurities and my this and my that. And those moments coming home, having those reminders that it's bigger than me, led me to the Sankofa Theater.
Well, I just got to tell you, your dedication to wanting to come back after you've explored all of these different pathways, particularly in all these fields of creativity, because you dance, but you do hair, you do makeup. You have been enthralled in creativity. And this has really become a space for you to open that up to others. How has it been? Because now it's been over a year, a little bit, right? And
Yeah.
I've come here. I've been able to experience events here, but people are really like taking to this idea of like, yo, we got like a Black-owned theater. We can do stuff. We can pop off up in here and get it popping. How has that been for you? Because it's been such an amazing thing to hear it out in the community now with Sankofa Theater's name just buzzing out there.
Just like I was saying before we got here, Trey, it's been a roller coaster. And I think any entrepreneur can identify with just everything is unexpected when you're walking into new opportunities. But what is not new is, again, my hunger for making sure that our industry industries here are thriving, and that I get to work with people that I actually like. I always say that every time I'm on set with anyone. I'm like, my goal is to like work with my friends. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like on set with Pitbull, and I'm like, yeah, my goal is to work with my friends. And it's like, no shade to you. You're cool. You know what I'm saying? Well, my friends are cooler in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that I grew up with and that I rock with and that I can make something out of nothing with. I those are the superstars in my eyes. And so being able to come here and work with people like Elijah, work with people like you, offer free space when I can, and really just kind of like what's the movie like where they send you into a deep sleep, but it's just like I want to go deep into the subconscious of the Black community in Seattle and say, turn up, wake up, pull up, tap in. You know what I'm saying? I spent so much time in my 20s looking for space to create, you know, my own music videos and create my own thing. And a lot of times Black youth get gatekeeped out of spaces, and they're like, oh, you're going to be rowdy, or is it going to get shot up, or woo, woo, woo. And even though there were parties that I've been to that did have violence, I could say God covered me in every event that I've ever did since a child. When I say I was a child at 15, throwing parties and stuff, crazy. But no violence, none. There was never any violence. And so that stuck with me. Like, and then people wanted to come to what I was doing, whether it was with Cutting Up, or whether it was with Nutty Boy, or whether it was with Team iPod, or just some of these groups that were out and about, you know. They were like, hey, we're going to go and we're actually going to have a good time. It's not going to get shut down. People ain't going to be acting crazy. They're going to come and have a good time. So that is what I wanted to bring here. So we've had movie nights, fashion shows, birthday parties, concerts. We've had a lot of things, paint and sips. And so that is the vision. The vision is say, hey, I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to create the opportunity, and let's do it.
Yeah, the open door is really a testament to your commitment and desire for your community to have something. And I just remember you talking about this space and talking about it in terms of like what it could be. And I'm just so proud of you because seeing it unfold, I'm like trying to keep it together because just being in here, we talked about this for such a long time. Shout out to you for your dedication, for riding that roller coaster so that we can all experience this amazing space. Obviously, when you think about some of the ways that the next season, what that holds, there's so many different opportunities here. And we're both theater kids, so when I see seats and the whole theater, I'm like, oh, we need to start writing plays. We need to start doing one woman shows, one man shows. Like, we need to start putting theater back on the map for us. It reminds me of how New Black Arts West Theater was, and the original New Black Theater was, for generations before us. So tell us about some of those ideas that you have in terms of utilization of the space moving forward.
So some of the ideas are a continuum of things that people have seen me do in the community already. So like I said, events that are positive, that are edutainment based, right? You're going to come, you're going to have fun, but you're going to learn something, because education has always been something that's been instilled in my life, having educators as grandparents and all that kind of stuff. So that in particular. But honestly, when I imagine the Sankofa Theater, I imagine people shooting their own music videos here. I imagine people doing workshops on how to set your lighting. I imagine people doing shows like this, broadcasting. I imagine all those things. I imagine bringing the incredible artists that no longer live in Seattle, that are from Seattle, back to Seattle into this space so they can sow the seeds for the next generation. Because everyone that I know that's out there doing it, someone passed the lob, right? Yeah. You mentioned New Black's art. Nana Kabibi, she gave me opportunities after opportunities at 12, 13, 14, and gave me opportunities to get paid, right? And showed me what etiquette was. So that's what this space is about. When the youth step in here, or really all ages, I know I always focus on the youth because that's my heart, but really all ages. I want even people who feel like it's too late for me to come into the space and it not be too late, that they're on time. And so everybody's here ready for them to step into the light and to show us what's going on. Because Seattle is so dope. Like,
Yeah.
people don't really get it, and it's like hard to quantify and communicate. And so the Sankofa Theater is here just to showcase that. I don't need to I don't need to talk about it no more. I don't need to go around to all these different opportunities and sets and brag about Seattle. I could just show them now. So when I do go out and do some more incredible things, I have some more things to show for it.
Yeah.
And I have more people that I can open up those opportunities. There's so, I mean, like, this is a little tidbit, but it's like, I'll be on set and I'll be like, this food is nasty. No shade. No shade. Keep booking me. But the food don't be all that good. And I'd be like, I know 8, 9, 10, 11 people who could be in here craft today, now. Like, call my homie. Like, call one of my homies, right? I think that way, even though I'm just here for key talent, or I might just be here as key makeup artist or backup, for hair. I'm thinking about, how could this be better? And I know who could come in here and make it better. And they're in Seattle, Washington, 206-425. Okay.
I love it so much, Tay. Thank you again for your dedication and your brilliance. I mean, this space is shining already. It's such a shining star for all of us. Thank you so much for opening it up to Converge this week with our takeover. I'm so excited for all the things we're doing in this space this week. So thank you again, my friend. I love you dearly.
I love you so much.
Oh my goodness. Y'all, we get to continue this.